Hello, everybody. It's very nice to be here. First of all, a huge thanks to Pawan sir for inviting me today to speak. Now, yes, I mean, I do have a unique application, but some of it is good, some of it is bad. So the experiences I'm going to share with you, the common mistakes are based on my experiences, as well as based on other people's mistakes as well. So starting off, introducing myself, I'm Calvin, and I was born and brought up in India. I went to China for my medical education, and now currently I'm applying for a residency position in this current cycle. So we'll see how that goes. So I'd like to talk about some of the mistakes in rotations and in LORs. Now, I started my journey. I started doing rotations way back in September of 2022, and I was planning to apply in September of 2023. So later on, as we approached the application, I realized that there's this concept called old LORs and new LORs, right? So then the thing is, since I started doing my rotations back in September of 2022, then it means by that time, by next year, September, it would be 1 year old. Usually, there are some programs that have a strict criteria that they want LORs within 6 months or latest by 1 year, right? So this season, what I see is that, you know, well, many people do have red flags, but there are some things that are under our control and some things that are not. So we try to uh, really solve the problems that are under our control, and one of them is planning your rotations well. So I would say that starting your rotation in the month of March is a good time. You don't have to really start that early so that you don't have this problem of thinking, oh, your LORs, they are beyond 6 months, can they be used or not? So that is one thing. Secondly is the LORs itself. Now, in the month of July and August, before my application last year, since I had time in my hands, so I decided to do a 2 month rotation. Now, in that 2 months, I noticed one thing that on my first day, we had uh, uh, an observer with us, right? So she was there before me and she left after 1 week. So towards the end of my rotation in August, when we started to ask our preceptors to write letters, so my preceptor asked us, okay, this person is asking me for a letter. Did she really work under me? Do you guys know anything about her? So usually what happens is preceptors, they tend to forget many things about you, about the things that you've done. So one piece of advice that I like to give is that when you do rotations in your second week, at the end of your second week, usually try to ask them about LORs. There are some people who would want you to write a letter. So in that case, you have like third and fourth week to write a letter and have them approve it and sign it. Or else there are some people who say that, okay, they'll give it to you as your deadline for the application approaches, and which is fine. I mean, because they have confidence that they will remember many things about you by then. But if it's possible, try to get your letters before you leave your rotation. Ask them to send it to you in email format, in PDF format, so that when application comes, you can just send a soft copy back and they can upload it. But it depends from preceptor to preceptor. But one real problem that I've seen is that preceptors, they tend to forget since they are very busy. And then, well, we had a lovely overview of the application process and the different pathways in the first session. I'd like to add some more to that. So since I'm from India, I do have a permanent physician's license here, right? So I applied through pathway one. Now, then the thing is, we need to get a letter of good standing from our medical councils. So in order to just kind of expedite the process, before the pathway application starts the month of May, I guess, in the month of April, you can actually ask your state medical councils to start preparing the letter because the letter has like 3 months validity. So then by the time the portal opens, you can just ask your medical council to send it. And usually they take time because in my medical council, they took like 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get it signed and sent. And in addition to that, of course, if you start early, you will find that, okay, you have more time towards the end. So some people, they become complacent, but I would advise against it. Always try it. If you finish all your 4 rotations, let's say March, April, May, June. So you have July, August, and September. You can do volunteering, which many people, they tend to overlook. You can do research. You can do program outreach and many other things. And finally, oh yeah, so OET, right? There are some people who fail OET because of the writing section, and that is usually the most difficult part. So what I would say is, even though you are a native speaker, don't take the exam for granted. So you have to have enough time that in case you fail OET, you can rebook it and sit it. So that is another thing that you have to. So having more time gives you more time to rectify your mistakes in case you do it. So well, we will make some mistakes, but having enough time to rectify them is always better than not having time. So these are some of the mistakes that I wanted to share, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope that video provided valuable insights for your journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And check out our website for details on how we can guide you to a successful match.